Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a new episode of World of Tanks with me, Rocker, your friendly neighborhood tank commander. I'm driving the E25, the Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Mainly it's stealthy, extremely fast and a very hard target, and has a ridiculously fast fire rate. I'm going to do a small experiment this time. Mainly I'm going to sometimes pause the gameplay and explain what I am thinking and why I am doing what I am doing at the current moment. Maybe it's going to be helpful to you, maybe you think I should have done it better. If you do, please don't hesitate to tell me in the comments down below this video. And we might get into an interesting discussion. First pause is coming up in a few seconds, as soon as I get into my position. And we're almost there, and here we are. So, pause. Now, why am I here? My E25 is a very small tank, very low to the ground, and a tank destroyer which has additional bonuses. Well, I'm not sure if it still applies in patch 8.11. But it had at least additional bonuses to its camouflage value, and it has a rather good view range. So, why I'm here? I'm here in a bush, relatively far back from the actual front line, which is to be expected to be somewhere around here, and back here, and on top of this hill here. Why am I back? Because I got a rather bad armor and very low HP, but I've got a fast rate of fire and a very accurate gun. So I'm basically a support tank. I let the others in my team spot my targets for me and then basically machine gun them down with my fast fire rate. Now let's see what happens further. I'm trying to find a good position here. Where I am not too close to the enemy lines where they might spot me. And what you have just seen there, this is important, that explosion behind me was the enemy artillery. He didn't spot me, but he did see me drive over that wood pile back there which disintegrated. He did see that on his map and just took a speculative shot at that position. It is, after all, a well-known spot for tank destroyers. Continuing the gameplay, to our right we see on the minimap here our team advancing on top of the hill, which is, well, it's a valid tactic, even if not absolutely perfect. I would have, at least in the heavy tanks, gone on the corner down here, where I could go hull down. Maybe I should increase the size of the minimap a bit. Can I do that? I have no idea which buttons they are. Nope, apparently I can't. Well, anyway, I've advanced a bit more because I had the impression that my team is probably not going to be able to spot targets here at this corner here, because they don't have a direct line of sight. They are on top of that hill, which means the other hill here is blocking their line of sight to the targets which may appear on the west side of the top hill, basically. So I'm driving forward a bit, but not too much, where my view range may spot me my own targets without being spotted in return. As I said, I don't have very good armor. At first, basically nothing happens. It's a bit boring. Such sniper support tanks are a bit boring to play sometimes. But here's my first target. As you can see, I got a very fast rate of fire, and I'm basically taking apart this poor T-43. He pops out of range, and I'm trying to fire on that IS-1, I believe it was. But he does have rather good armor, because one of the disadvantages of the E25 is his Tier 5 gun. It has 135mm of penetration, which is basically not enough for a tank such as the IS-1, which has somewhere around 120mm of slightly sloped frontal armor. At that distance of roughly 500 meters and penetration loss over distance, it's simply not going to work. On the map I spot the Hellcat and T1 Heavy on the upper left corner of the map, which is northwest, I believe. These do not concern me for now, they might later, but they are in a good position and I don't want to advance on them. Oh, there's a T-29 popping up. I am bouncing from his upper front plate, but his lower plate, which is sadly very small and a hard to hit target, can be penetrated. The IS-1 pops back up. I really want to get that one. T-29 has retreated and is no longer a valid target. T-43 now pops back up and I'm plugging him full of holes before he can retreat, thanks to my very fast firing rate. However, the kill is taken by my support Tempellarie in his Type 58. Another T-29, luckily he shows me his side, which is very badly armored, but I can relatively easily penetrate that. Sorry for the bug with the red outline here, by the way. It's something that has happened for quite some times in the replays in World of Tanks. Still the IS trying to go for the commander's cupola, but no dice there. Anyway, the T-29 from before has retreated behind a small outcrop of the hill on top there, which means I could no longer hit him. Now, as you can see, I'm always trying to keep a bush or solid cover between me and enemy targets, because I really don't want to expose myself to their fire. There's the T1 Heavy. Again, it's a large distance, roughly... where's the distance? I'm not sure. Probably somewhere around 500 meters. I can mostly penetrate him, but the T-29 on my team again takes the kill. Well, that is the fate of fast firing guns with low alpha damage. Our side has basically fallen apart. The entire east front is gone and we are in danger of being flanked, so I'm again retreating, but oh shit, there's a KV-1S. In terms of pure, well, I'm gonna pause here because this is important. This here is a questionable decision on my terms, on my side here. I know even if he fires at me, he can't one-shot me. He's going to probably do more than 50% of my health points in damage. However, I fire much faster and he has a very long reload time, so I am going to kill him, because he's wide out in the open and I have shot at his engines, which have a very high chance of causing a fire. But admittedly I could have done this better, because I do take a shot which costs me a lot of health points. However, as you can see here, I set him on fire and kill him long before he could reload. Sorry. Another crisis has come up behind me. Now there's more enemies coming up to flank the T-29. I want to take the stock 3 out of the game. Now there's KV-1S, he has fired, which means he's reloading for a long time. So I basically go into close combat mode and simply unload as fast as possible into him. There's the T-29 again, that's the former one which I was firing on top of the hill. I take a hit, I'm very low on health, next shot could kill me. However, quickly changing to a gold shell, I could penetrate his upper frontal armor. With the normal shells, angled as he was, there was a very high chance of bouncing all my shots and dying to his return fire. And, well, shitty as it is, there's a full health T-29 on the cap. I need to do something about it, but it's dangerous because I'm relatively close and could be spotted by him. I need to stop him capping, so I basically just fire as fast as I can, trying to find the sweet spots. Lucky penetration on the upper frontal plate. However, it's 50-50 as you can see here. Basically every second shot simply bounces off. Again, pausing here. This is again a questionable decision on my part. I could have probably found a better firing position, but I would probably have been spotted by him and taken out. So take this tactic here with a grain of salt. I could probably have done better here. Last common shot shell I have. That was my last shot of non-gold rounds. So what comes now is pure gold shells. Well, bought with credits, of course. Decision time. What do I do? Frontally attack? No, bad idea. Oh shit, there's a T-34. Again, full health. Retreat as fast as possible and hope he didn't spot me. He did, however, I'm probably gone right now. And that was a bit strange here. I know he had 450 health points left. First shot, maximum of about 170 damage. So roughly 300 health left, 320 I mean. My second shot kills him, blindly shot. I think I may have hit his ammo rack, which is an instant kill if it gets destroyed. Or I've set him on fire and my second shot took the rest of his health points. Probably one of those two things. Anyway, it was very lucky because he probably still spotted me and could have taken me out with his next shot. And those low tier T-34s have a relatively fast firing rate. The blood is pumping right now. I'm on very low health, have 8 shells left, 5 kills and one support tank left. So this calls for teamwork. I'm trying to advance up here again, always keeping inside the bushes. In the hopes that the T-29 won't spot me and hasn't thought about me flanking him. Always keeping in the bushes like a ninja. It's very important with the E-25. You've seen what happens if you get spotted. You get taken out very easily. I'm really worried that the T-29 comes over the hill directly to my left side or around the hill in front of me. Both of which would basically mean I'm dead. I'm asking my remaining teammate here to flank him, which he does, and I must say this guy was a very good teammate. Even if his stats weren't the best, I must say he does have the makings of a good tanker, because he listens to people. There's the artillery spotted. Questionable decision time again. I fire at him and most likely get spotted because he keeps in cover here where I can shoot him. Maybe it was by pure accident that he took this spot, but I think he may have spotted me. Very risky shot on my part because the T-29 could have had a shot on me. Still trying to find this target, but he's behind the house, but Type 58 and my team takes him out, luckily. Now, the last T-29. That's hard here. I'm not sure how many HP he has left, or where he is. His last known position is here on the east side, relatively north of the cap point. I advise the Type 58 that he should find him, keep in cover, and then we'll rush him together from two sides. So since he has a relatively long reload time, he'll be unable to kill us both before we kill him. I tell him to wait until I am behind him and then give the go signal, which we attack both at the same time. He's not looking at me, very good. And again, questionable decision time by me. I don't aim really. Instead I shoot basically from the hip. I don't know why, but I sometimes do this. This could have gone horribly wrong, as you are going to see very soon. I bounce off his backside, bad angle, again not aimed. Now I aim because I simply can't risk another bounce. I don't have the ammo for it. And bang! Take him out. The last enemy, 6 kills, Top Gun. And a very hard pounding finale, 1 round left. If one more had bounced, could have gone very, very wrong. Thanks to my teammate Tempelarie, if I am saying this correctly. You've done very good work. Without you I couldn't have done this. I got a lot of XP and credits for this, over 100,000 credits before bonuses, and obviously a Master Tanker award. The E25, hard tank to play, if done right can be very funny and very profitable. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and well, we'll see us in the next one.